esperem, não pulem. Eu vou ter uma novidade braba pra vocês que reclamam tanto dos ads nas lives. Agora a gente tá em parceria com a Kik, que é uma plataforma de live também, e eu vou estar fazendo as minhas lives lá todos os dias. E o melhor, sem anúncio nenhum pra vocês curtirem. Então eu vou deixar o link aqui embaixo na descrição. Segue lá e fortalece o vovô.
How are you doing?
E aí, mano?
Bwipo Deu entrevista às lendas.
Boa?
We're good, bro. How was your day?
It was good. It was
Que
good.
streama
You
na
stormed
brisa
some
do mel, tio.
Brazilian team.
I guess, kind of. Like, maybe, yeah.
Fala dos treinos pra gente, Bwipo.
Yeah, something like that, yeah, I guess.
People, first of all, thanks for giving us this opportunity for
Vamos
you.
aí,
I know that
cozinhando,
you just
velho.
screamed like the whole day and you're kind of
Of course,
tired,
no
but
worries.
thank you very much. I'm gonna say it in Portuguese first for the chat and then I'm
Of
gonna
course, of
ask
course.
you, okay?
Ele
Ah,
entende.
Take time.
Esse safado
Entendi?
entende.
Bom,
Ele
falar
entende.
é difícil.
Tá. Então, gente, primeiro de tudo, eu separei 3 perguntinhas aqui. O chat pode mandar aí um superchat também, se vocês tiverem algo legal também pra falar. As lendas também, o que quiserem
Vou
perguntar.
dar uma dica aí pra galera que não quer ir pro Nepal pagar $400 em 200 gramas e quer ter a mesma brisa da velha aí. É o seguinte: um fininho do Smoke e
Para,
2
tio.
taças de vinho de procedência duvidosa. Dá o mesmo efeito. Um abraço.
É isso? E vai gastar o quê? 10 real?
Ah, pode falar. Mas primeiro eu vou
Pô,
perguntar pra
achei que
eles
tu ia passar uma mensagem.
sobre
Uma
a questão
visão,
dos
tá ligado?
screens, né, que a gente
Tava até
teve aí,
concentrado, mano.
da questão da falta de profissionalismo, de jogar de má vontade, etc. Se ele sentiu isso aqui no Brasil. Eu acho que não, né, porque com gringo a gente geralmente faz as paradas certinhos, mas vai que ele teve. E também perguntar qual que é a experiência dele disso em relação lá à LTA Norte. So, Bwipo, a topic that was very much discussed in Brazil recently was the lack of discipline in screens, such as delaying matches, not playing 100%, canceling games. What was your experience here in the country, and does this phenomena also occur in the LTA North?
Yes, it does. It happens everywhere. I think that the number one thing about scrim discipline is scrim discipline. What is scrim discipline? I think I'll give you my analogy. I love using this analogy. If you already heard it, I'm sorry, but I love using this. You know how an orchestra learns how to play music?
Okay.
Do you know? Can someone explain it?
How do you?
Yeah,
I don't know.
No. You said it the last time, but you can go.
Yeah. Everyone gets their own piece of music, and they get sent home, and they get told, "You need to learn how to play this."
E aí,
And then after a few weeks, they come together, and the music plays. And then, because everyone is close to being perfect, the conductor can listen and be like, this guy needs to change, this guy needs to change, this needs to change, this needs to change. It's almost finished, the work, and you just need to finish the small things. People in scrims don't realize that this is their job. So when you play solo queue, for example, and you play Asbira versus Court, you need to know first round, second round, third round, like what the lane looks like. Now you might be wondering what is a round. A round is simple. I start the laning phase. My first round is before the first recall. My second round is after the first recall. Third round is after the second recall, right? That's how I describe the game. So I tell my teammates, the first round, this is how it goes. Second round, this is how it goes. Third round, this is how it goes. And people don't do this. You know what people do? People play like it's a single player game, and they don't work together with their teammates. This is the main issue, is that there's no discipline.
É tudo sobre o tempo de ataque, o turno de ataque do Lorde?
Play the way you're
Ele já
supposed to
sabia
play.
já, né, mano?
I'll give you an example. Another one. Football. You guys love football, right?
Yeah.
We love.
I'm not big on football, but I can tell you this much. Everyone in football has their job. If you're a left back defender and your team is going for a goal and you sprint in there trying to get a goal, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're not doing your part.
Yeah, you're griefing. People get mad at you, right? But I can open you multiple VODs of stage play where people are, in fact, playing defense for their team, and they try to fight their lane opponent and die. But people don't get mad. People are like, it's unlucky. No, it's not. That guy should not be fighting. But he doesn't realize that his job is playing defense right now.
Cara, a real que o Bwipo tá falando, posso cozinhar um pouco? É que, tipo assim, tu jogar o LoL da forma certa, eu acho que é muito... Como que eu posso falar? Ela não é nada divertida, mano. E
não é pra ser divertido se é o seu trabalho, tá ligado?
Vinissauro desidratado mandou
Calma,
3
Vinissauro,
reais.
desidratado não.
Boa tarde, Lulu. Não te dá um pouco de indignação saber que esses caras que ficaram arrotando durante anos, que estavam salvando o cenário, fizeram menos que o Bwipo em uma semana? Não precisa concordar. Apenas
Menos do
piscar
quê?
2
Não entendi.
vezes. Fica só entre nós.
Memes do que? Escreve, ô Vinícius, não entendi. Mas, ó, o meu ponto é o seguinte. Tu jogar o jogo certo, tá ligado? Respeitando, tendo disciplina, é chato pra caralho, tá ligado? Mas foi o que eu falei, é o seu trabalho, você tem que fazer isso, entendeu? E eu sinto que... Aí que tá, eu sinto que no Brasil isso é difícil, porque não é divertido jogar, mano. Tu jogar certo não é nem um pouco divertido, mano. Tu trocar na hora certa, tu pegar a visão na hora certa, e aí os caras, tipo, joga mais, igual ele falou, pela diversão, igual o Thanatos falou lá do robô pegar o Olaf. É um pique por diversão, tá ligado? Tipo, é literalmente diversão, mano.
Is that no one tells people you're supposed to be playing defense right now. You're supposed to be playing offense right now. When you're attacking, you need a good offense to win. When you're defending, you need a good defense to win. I know, shocking.
Ganhar jogos, mano, mas
There's no
é
balance.
tipo...
People
tá ligado?
don't...
Tipo assim, 90%, mano, 90% dos players, se tiver que ficar de weak side, já fica na má vontade. Já por quê? Porque é chato jogar, tá ligado? Tudo que tu tem que fazer no jogo é não morrer, mano. Não morrer e guivar. Tipo, pô, é uma merda, é horrível jogar. É a coisa mais chata do universo. Mas é o que o seu trabalho, é o que você tem que fazer, tá ligado? Só que eu sinto que as pessoas nem querem, nem tem disciplina pra fazer isso aqui,
In
mano.
my opinion, this is my opinion. So
Os
maybe
caras
I'm wrong.
preferem, sei lá, mano, tentar dar um outplay, um V2 e foda-se.
For the most
tá
part,
ligado?
people don't establish when it's time to play the game and when it's time to stop the opponent from playing the game. Same thing in football, right? Some players, your job is to try to score goals. Some players, it's your job.
Vovô, passando a visão aqui, eu acho que o que resume nosso cenário é o robô ser considerado o maior jogador de liga solo brasileiro, maior campeão de CBLOL e etc. E o cara só faz merda, tio. Ele troca quando não é pra trocar, ele morre quando não é pra morrer, e quando dá certo ele é Deus. E aí a galera venera isso por ele, mas ele tá fazendo merda, não importa se deu certo ou se não deu.
De
O
fato.
fato dele ser o maior jogador de liga brasileiro diz muito sobre a nossa
Diz
liga.
muito. Diz
muito.
Diz muito, mas não tem o que fazer. Tipo assim, a culpa não é dele, entendeu? A culpa não é dele. Ele consegue fazer tudo isso e ganhar 7 vezes, mano.
To stop them from scoring a goal. This is what I mean by I play the game and he doesn't play the game. I stop him from playing the game. I think that's the issue with discipline. Is that people, when they see a chance, they just take it. But you should ask yourself first, is it a good idea to take this chance? People don't do that. Always, every chance they get. Fight. Always. Oh, this trade looks good. Let's take the trade. I think that's the biggest problem with discipline. I do it too. I'm human. I do it too sometimes. But I think when I've been most successful in my teams, we have been very, very, how do I say this? Mean to people that were not respecting this rule.
Ok, Saci.
It's important to set those rules, and it's really important that everyone understands their role in the team. One thing that a lot of people misunderstand is you can be an extremely talented player, but if you're thinking about what everyone else is thinking, that's less thought you're putting into your game. I'll give you another football example because you guys love football so much. You see Cristiano Ronaldo, if he has to count 7 of his teammates and consider what they're doing on the pitch, do you really think that he's going to perform at his best?
No. Everyone
No.
has to know what their part is, what they should be doing.
So imagine Cristiano is running with the ball and he's fucking screaming at everyone on the pitch. He's like, "Oh, you need to move there. I need you and you come with me. You stay defending. Blah blah blah." This is half
Isso
of
é
what people
literalmente o
comment
Ney dos Santos, mano. Literalmente.
professional esports.
Yeah, it's true.
But
It's
like,
macro
E o
gameplay.
Brunão no Chicago Bulls, né? O Brunão no Chicago Bulls é assim também.
Where to go?
Explicando
Right.
todo mundo.
Yeah, go ahead.
to summarize, like
Bullas,
everything that
engaja.
you said,
Pitbull,
it's
dá
more,
TP.
it's more like people don't do their homework.
Dizinho, bota
Like
minha
the players
ward,
don't do their
velho.
homework, so they can bring to the scrim and then be a collective experience where everyone can, do their fucking job. It's basically
That's what a
this.
scrim is. It's a place where you get tested for, like I said, it's the orchestra. Like you're tested whether you can play your part of the song alone. That's the first test. That's laning phase. Can you play your laning phase without losing the game for your team? Second part, can you play your mid-game part without losing your game to the team, right? Because the song changes, it gets harder, it gets more complicated. Now there's 10 instruments playing. It's not just you and the other guy playing against each other. It's not 1v1 or 2v2. It's 5v5. Everyone's moving around the map. So you need to know what your job is based on what your team wants to do and what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
Os caras
And the
não
funny
devem
thing is,
ter-
I was talking with Brands, right? I was talking with him today. So this is really funny. And in review, when I asked him, like, so why do I do this, right? Why am I here? Why am I looking for this fight? He can explain to me exactly why I'm
Gates
doing
mandou
it.
R$3. Que conteúdo prenda vovo? Poderia dizer o porquê a Ginger da Folga das Galinhas tá ali em cima do Minerva?
Ah, não, velho.
Very complicated play. It's not like people don't know. The problem is that people don't practice to recreate the same situation.
And what about like delays and canceling? Do people like take it seriously? Like are players like very awake in the time of the screen? Are they ready to play at the moment, you know?
I think most players are. I think that what people don't realize is so much energy is wasted on first thing, biggest energy waster, talking complications, okay? I can tell you this much. No one has a baseline of what the game looks like. Almost no one. Very few teams have a baseline of like, this is good enough for us. Like, what does this mean? It's like before the game even starts, is like you are playing a scaling comp.
R$3. Como que o brinquedo vai ser o resinudo de Juliana Soloc se ele precisa fazer a tarefa de casa dele e prestar atenção no trabalho dele e vovô?
Ele não vai,
And you
né?
made sure everyone is
Vai perder
scaling,
toda a resenha, mano. Toda a alegria, tipo assim.
right?
Se vai junto, né, mano?
Or you're playing an early game.
Guys, a gente não vai ter como ter a imagem do Bwipo, porque ele tá, não sei como é que tá lá, mas a voz está perfeita, então isso daí tá top. In your opinion, what could we do as a region
Fala pra
to
gente,
lessen
Bwipo,
the
passa
gap
essa-
between both
Segredo,
LTAs?
mano.
Discipline, well, discipline is a part of it, but more than anything, it's, well, first step is recognizing what you want to play, right? Yeah, you have to have an identity. You should play what you're good at, not what other people are good at. Step one. Look at your players, ask them what they want to do. This is my first thing I do with all my teams. Whenever I don't do it, we play like shit. It's always the same. It's always the same. We play so much worse when we don't do this. People will always play better on champions that they like playing and they are comfortable using.
True.
Step one. Step two, when you're using this champion, you know what you want to do, right? I hope so. You play it a lot, so I hope that you know what you want to do. So listen to that player. Pick your best player. My philosophy is within 2 weeks, you will find your best player. If you scrim for 2 weeks, your best players will reveal themselves immediately. You don't even have to ask your
2
teammates.
semanas só?
As a coach, if you're looking at your team play and you can't tell who your best players are, you are not a very good coach. Now you might be wondering, how do you look at your best player? It's very simple. It's consistency. Now, consistency is a pretty difficult word. I don't know what it is in Portuguese, so I can't say it.
Consistência.
There you go. Beautiful. You know, League of Legends is a game about consistency. You know, how do you get rank 1? How do you get challenger? You play the same pattern over and over again. You're consistent. That's what you do. That's it. Nothing special. You're just consistent. Every game you load in, you play probably the similar champion or a same champion, and you consistently win situations. That's how you get high elo. And in competitive play, what's a good professional player? It's someone that consistently wins. Faker has what, 69% win rate or something? He's the best in the world because he has a really fucking high win rate and he's insanely consistent over all these years. You look at someone that's not consistent and you're going to be like, oh, maybe he can be a little bit good, but you don't get measured by how hard you can peak and how hard, like how low you go. You get measured by your average output every game. It's the same in football, is it not? Every sport.
Mm-hmm.
Valuable players are valuable players because even on a shit day, they're good.
All right.
You can translate it. I'm not done. I know it's a long list of things that we need to work on, but it's 1 and 2. It's 1 and 2. It's 1 and 2. Oh, step 3. You have your best player. You have a draft that you made for your best players, right? So this could be your top jungle. This could be your mid. This could be your AD. Whatever it is, you selected your best players and you drafted for them. The next step is from the ground up, minutes 1 to 15, well, 1 to 4 minutes first. First recall, first round. Remember when I was talking about the rounds? First round, second round, first round. How do you make sure this player is in a good position in the game? Learn it. Eat it, drink it, sleep it, shit it. Just spend your entire life making sure that he will be in a good position. Round 1, round 2, round 3, Grub spawn, he is in a good position. Dragon contest, he's in a good position. Because if you as a team put him in that position, he's your best player. He will carry you. He'll give it back to you. So just learn how to make it easy for him. That's step number 3. That's it.
Essa é uma visão assim que eu
Fala,
acredito
Milanese, fala,
que
Milanese.
os times não têm essa visão,
Fala,
né?
Milanese.
De deixar ele sempre confortável em todos os turnos. Beleza, tipo assim, a PEN sabe que o Titã é o melhor. Mas nem sempre ele tá numa boa posição. Ele toma dive, ele se fode em alguns swaps, ele, tipo, não tá bem posicionado pra luta e, tipo assim, só rola, né? Só deixa acontecer. Então...
Mas pior que é por isso também que os times não são muito estáveis no Brasil. Tipo, se seu carry, às vezes ele tá 10-0, às vezes ele tá 0-10, seu jogo vai ser, tipo, todo diferente. E quando você, tipo, assiste a LTA North, sempre tem um ADC com o mid, com, tipo, todos os kills e o jogo rola assim.
Caralho, então...
Inclusive,
o BRTT tava sempre certo, então. Porque se não tava bem, ele não lutava e foda-se.
Não,
tô falando sério. Bizarramente.
Deixa eu perguntar aqui pra ele,
não,
gente. Bwipo, you've been playing against the Brazilian teams for almost a week now. Do you have like any Brazilian players that impressed you? And those players, do you think they could play in the North as well?
I think Issa's gaming mid laner, is he Brazilian or is he? I'm not sure.
He's Korean.
Okay, well, I got
Fala um
good.
brasileiro pra
I got
gente,
good.
Bipão,
I
pra
think,
dar uma esperancinha pra nós, velho.
Titan is really good. I think he has the talent. I didn't scrim against Brands yet, but I have in the past, and I think he's really good. I think. What else? Whoever we scrimmed against that stood out to me. Let me think. I mean, mostly those two stand out to me. So I would say those two stand out to me. I think that a lot of players are like very, like serviceable, like good. But you have to understand, my standards are a little high.
Okay.
So if you want to impress me, you need to be. How do I say this? World's best.
And do you think Titan could play in the LTA North?
Easily, he can play at Worlds and have a good performance if he has the right pieces around him. that help him. His mechanics are great. His decision making is where the problem lies. What I'm trying to say is, if you have someone that's really good at the game, just make it easy for him. Just let him focus on the game. Just teach him what it means to trust.
Fácil, mano.
That's it.
Nice.
Hylissang is my best example of this. Hylissang, someone that always gets criticized for making mistakes. But his mechanics are the best of any support player in the world to this day. So all I did was make sure that he did not need to think. Every situation that he's in, we've already discussed. He knows what's going to happen. I've already told him what I'm going to do and what I expect from him. All we need to talk about is how we execute. And when he executes, he does not miss. So,
all right.
As long as I agree with him that this situation is good, we are going to win.
Yeah, we have this term in Brazil. It's called the bom e burro. Do you know?
I don't know it. What does it mean?
Good and dumb.
Good and dumb.
Yes, exactly.
Do you agree?
Yes, exactly. It's good. It's you need to have some good and dumb players because you need some people that just win situations. Like I said, I'll use football. I'll explain. It's the same thing with football. Like you need a guy that just runs into 3 people and fucking scores a goal. Like just get him there. That's it.
Dribbles
just get him there.
But you need other pieces that think for him, basically.
Exactly. Get him in that situation where if he can sometimes get a goal 1v3, what happens when you make it 1v1? What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, of course.
And that's it. That's what you need to do. And like, if that's what the players you have, then use those players. That's all I'm saying. Make use of them.
So we need someone to think for Titan.
You need no. That's wrong. This is the thing. That's wrong. You need to teach him how it feels to recognize a situation. So you need to teach him when a situation is happening.
Bwipo dando o maior papo da hora, falando um monte pro engraçadão do Milan complementar com essa piada de merda. Ira das lendas é o porpa do LoL com 0 respeito.
Calma, vamos
absorver. It is good for him to fight.
Conta que a gente absorva a mensagem do Bipão.
And when it is bad for him to fight. You know, when he walks into a situation, like for example, the bot wave is coming into him. This happens every game. Bot waves bounce back and forth, right? Slow push, slow push.
Yeah.
Everyone agrees this happens every game.
Same.
You need to teach him what happens when he fights on a slow push that bounces away and you're not there. You know how you teach him that? You let him fucking die. and in review, you ask him, so how did it feel? Was that fun? And he says, no, I couldn't. And then he will argue and be like, maybe I can play better. So many of these fucking So many of these players do this. They're like, I can play it better, and I'm just like, I just sit down with them for hours. If I have to for hours, I will fight this guy for hours. Masood, same thing. I had to fight him for hours on this shit. Who else did I have on my team? Sometimes, I mean, honestly, most of my players have been pretty smart. But whenever you have someone that's dumb but good, just fight them. Just sit there and be like, okay, so this is where you want to win the game and lose the game. So you want to lose the game or win the game when the enemy has a slow push on you. You're down a level, and you need to somehow 2v3 them. This is where you want to win or lose the game. Because that's what you're telling me. Because you're fighting him right now, but you don't need to. If you just wait to catch the wave, I will protect you from getting dove. And you are just going to farm the wave. And then when it's your turn, when the wave is going to them, I will be there for you. And then we will fight together and we will win. Trust me. So what do? You let him die if he fights when the wave comes to him. And when he actually plays patiently, he is not stupid. He is smart. You reward him because
cara,
you make
mas
a fight
é
together
isso,
with him.
tipo assim, cara, resumindo o que ele falou, o nosso problema tá longe de ser mecânica, mano. Acho que é disciplina dentro de jogo top 1 e fora também, né? Mas dentro de jogo, disciplina. E, cara, talvez conhecimento / inteligência, mano. Conhecimento, será? Não sinto que tem tanto. Sei lá, mano. Os times geralmente é. Porque se for parar pra pensar, mano, tipo assim, os times brasileiros. Tu não vê um time que ganha por ser mais inteligente que o outro. É difícil ver isso. Geralmente é só gap, não, mano? Stompa lane ou dá outplay na fight. Tu não vê rotações que tu fala, caralho, mano. Tipo assim, porra, velho. Tipo, esse time conseguiu ganhar do outro sem matar ninguém, por exemplo. Sei lá.
It doesn't matter how long it takes. You can just sit there and be like, hey, this time I sat here for a minute. Just to show to you that, like, this is still a good situation. Even if I wait a minute, I can do it. That's what I did as a jungler. That's what I did. And I just told him, hey, but next time, I want to be pickier. I need you to help me pick the best moments. But I wanted to show you, if you trust me, I will give you a chance to fight. You don't have to panic. You don't have to take every fight. Don't worry. I'll give you a good opportunity. That's what I did.
Why did you make the decision of like coaching the professional players in Brazil that you just did the post on Twitter?
Yeah.
And what players did you coach already, or are you gonna coach that you can say to us?
I don't want to say everyone that I'm going to do work with, but I work with brands.
Okay.
Whoever wants to publicly say that they're working with me, they're free to do that. I'm not going to make them do that.
All right.
It's up to them. It's all coming from a good place, so I don't want to do that. First thing, why do I want to do this? Well, I think that if your region is internationally successful, you will have a long job working esports as a player. So when I worked on G2 and Fnatic, when I worked on Fnatic and we were playing in G2 and we were always having international success, my contract got bigger every year, right?
Yeah.
Why would that be any different next year? If I go to Worlds this year, last year I went to Worlds, I made top 8. Next year I go to Worlds, I make top 8. Do you think I'm going to earn the same amount of money? Or am I going to earn more money? Because more people are watching. Well, no shit.
Yeah.
So how do I guarantee international success? By helping other people in my region play better. Because if they play better and they show me what I need to do better in order to have success internationally, I am going to perform internationally. So this is the selfish reason. And people think that it's all from a good place and whatever. Maybe, I'm not going to say it's not. I do care. I want people to play better. I care about the sport. I don't want the region to die. But the reality of the matter is that when fans take pride in the play of their region, professional players get paid more. It's the same in football, right? You laughed at me for always giving you football examples. It's the same thing. If your football team fucking sucks, less people are going to cheer for you. If your football team is absolutely owning, people watch you. People watch you is money. Money, everyone stays happier. Now, I want that money to be spread over a longer period of time and used more wisely. I don't want people to get paid 7 figures and all this shit with that money. No, I want that money to be saved so that over a longer period of time, in case there are years that esports doesn't do too well, there is a source that we can use to keep it going, to keep the entertainment going. That's the idea. Now, obviously, economics are not my thing. I'm absolutely terrible at finances. That's a different topic. But what I do know is strategy. And that's why when I speak about football, I haven't watched a football game in the last 20 years of my life.
Pode meter essa bronca, né, mano?
No, I'm serious. I haven't watched a full football game. Maybe I've watched clips. I've watched a clip like Ankara Messi. Like I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. But a full football, no way, I haven't. And that's the thing. It's because strategy is strategy. Whether you play football, chess, League of Legends, whatever the fuck you
Yeah.
play.
Cara, mas-
Strategy is strategy. And you need to understand that in everything you
Cara,
do in life,
verdade,
there's
jogo
strategy.
final de
Yeah,
Words, mano.
I'll tell you this, man. You work in a company,
Yeah.
there's strategy to it.
Yeah.
You are assigned a job, a responsibility within your company, right? You could be the guy that does the
Sobiel
plumbing, for
mandou
example.
R$3.
If you stop doing
Ele
the
acabou de dizer que tá ensinando a gente pra quando ele virar coach no BR e ele ganhar mais dinheiro? Estou hipnotizado por esse rapaz, vovô. Ele é o cadalo humano. Me conquistou,
Ai,
meu
velho.
Deus.
Cara, não, o que ele tá passando faz muito sentido a visão, tá ligado? Eu acho que é todo, sei lá, acho que é um problema mais cultural, mano. Tipo. É isso, tá ligado? Ele abriu meus olhos também nisso que ele falou, porque é de fato, tipo, é muita. Não tem disciplina dentro de jogo, mano. E tipo assim, querendo ou não, quando um player, sei lá, se arrisca, tá ligado? Só que é um risco ruim, a gente acha bonito, mano. Se ele quer dar um V2, um V3, só que é um bagulho que pode foder o jogo, a gente acha bonito. Só que foi o que ele falou, tipo assim, não é legal você flipar o jogo, o resultado do jogo inteiro com 5 min de jogo. Entendeu? Não sei, tô
plumbing
muito
because you think
reflexivo.
you have a
Mano.
better idea to do something else. Big fucking problem, isn't there?
É, tipo, a gente acha
the
bonito,
toilets
mano.
might stop
É o
working,
Hobbs, tá
and what
ligado?
then? That's what I'm saying. Everyone needs to understand what their job is. That's it.
Só que aí que tá, tipo assim, os caras flipam e ainda ganham, mano. Porque se eles estão flipando e ganhando, é porque nenhum time tem disciplina suficiente pra ganhar, mano. Tipo assim, nenhum time tem 5 cabeças com a disciplina suficiente pra respeitar os turnos de ataque do Lord Semi e jogar o jogo como ele deveria ser jogado, ao invés de só ficar flipando com 3 minutos na lane, quem vai
You
ganhar o
learn
jogo?
what your job is. First things first. Learn your job, do it fucking well. Do it the best you can. And then you can see what you can do together when everyone does their job so well that you can start using the energy that you would normally use to do your job on other things because it doesn't take much anymore. You're so used to it. You do it every day. You do it all the time. Every day I wake up
Cara,
and
isso é
I
uma
play my lane in
hipnose,
top
mas
lane and I
boa, tá
play a matchup
ligado?
that I know how to play.
Tipo, eu quero,
At some
cara, eu vou
point,
jogar e vou pegar mestre agora,
It's second
mano.
nature. Make
Falta
sense?
2 jogos, velho. É
Yeah,
isso, Bwipo.
perfect.
Yeah.
Agora eu tenho mais
É
uma
isso,
pergunta
mano.
pra ele
É isso,
que
mano.
é mais light.
É isso,
Mas eu tinha uma outra pergunta, eu esqueci, infelizmente, mano. Bwipo,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think about sushi and e-girls?
Tipo, clicou, mano. Agora clicou pra mim, mano.
Wait, sushi and
E-girls.
e-girls?
Yeah,
What
he said
about them?
this.
Sushi's good. I like sushi. E-girls, I don't know. Like I'm happy. I have my woman, so I don't pay attention.
Oh, you are married?
Adulto!
Not yet, but I'm
Adults.
working on it. I'm working on it. I think as long as both two consenting adults agree to whatever it is that they're doing, you're free to do whatever the fuck you want. But
Perfect.
just be honest in
Cara,
what you
tô
want and what you
dementando
want
o
from the other
Bipão,
person,
tadinho.
and I think life is good. That's what I think.
That's it,
O cara é
né?
romântico, é fofo.
Não, pra quem não sabe, guys, o Bwipo mostra a Caixa todo draft, velho. Por causa da namorada dele. Todo draft, ele mostra a Caixa por causa da vida dele. Todo draft, velho.
It's true. I wouldn't be the person I am today without her. So it's very important to me because there's things that I learned, like the things
Mano,
I
mas
talked to you
é,
about
cara,
today.
sério mesmo, mano, esse áudio, cadê esse áudio do Lord Semi? Ele tá certo, velho.
Esse gank é pra se
Mano,
tomar?
ele tá certo nisso, tipo, tem que ter disciplina pra não tomar esse gank, sem querer ficar
Esse é
dando
momento
outplay,
de
mano.
ataque bot. Esse não é
Aham.
momento de você estar tradando essa wave.
Tipo, você não pode treinar só
Mais uma
ele,
vez
Smoke.
aqui, você age como
Não
protagonista.
pode, mano, tem que ter disciplina suficiente pra guivar, velho. Mesmo que o jogo seja uma bosta, mesmo que seja chato jogar, é o jeito que você vai ganhar o jogo, entendeu? Ao invés de tentar fazer play e arriscar todo o futuro do jogo em uma play, mano. Que é arriscada. Mano, o Lord Semi é os 2%. Eu não tô zoando, isso é sério, mano. O que ele falou é verdade, tipo assim. Isso que ele falou acontece todo dia, todo sábado e domingo na LTA, mano. Não é pra você estar tradando essa wave. O Chesca dele vai lá e trada, só que daí ele mata, entendeu? Só que tem vezes que ele morre. O Hobbs, mesma coisa. Só que aí não cria uma consistência no time, entendeu? Porque aqui eles vão flipar. A maioria das vezes eles vão ganhar. Lá fora não, mano. Entendeu? Quando jogar contra jogadores melhor mecanicamente, esse flip não vai ser suficiente pra ganhar um jogo, mano.
Where I would complain to her. You know,
Não é
I
tempo
would
de
go
ataque
home and
bot, velho.
I'd be like, why don't we play this champion? Like, no one in my team wants to play this champion. Like, even though my mid laner is so good at it, we don't want to play it because of I don't know what. I'd complain, and she'd be like, well, clearly there's a misunderstanding. So you should talk to them, and that's what she told me. And I was like, okay, and I'll go talk to them. And then I went and talked to them, and like, crazy, right? talking
Yeah,
to people in esports, it helps.
It's
like
a buff. It's a buff, man. Having
just sitting
someone to
down-
talk to.
But even like what I'm trying to say is like so many teams have problems because they don't sit down and just be like, hey, what do you want? 'Cause I've sat down with my teammates and I've had this conversation once in a while, and it's just like I sit down and ask my teammates like, what do you want? What do you expect is going to happen when you practice like this? Yeah, you just ask them straight up like, what do you want? Do you want to win? Because like if you want to win, this is not the way to go, right? Like I think we can all agree on that. And just sitting down and asking someone, what the fuck do you want? Like, just tell me. Like, do you want to just make money and sit and relax? That's
Verdade,
fine.
ô calibrado.
I'm just not going to be on your team. So either your whole team wants
Quando o
to
Lord Semi falou, todo mundo apedrejou ele, zoou, virou meme, né? Agora o Bipão fala exatamente a mesma coisa que o Lord falou. Caralho, mano, diferente, Bipão.
sit back, relax, and fucking lose, and I'm going to go find a
Mas é,
different team,
tio.
or you get the fuck out of my team. I've done this, I don't know, a few times, and it's necessary, and that's what I'm saying. Is like a lot of times people just don't realize what they're doing is not helping them, and it's hard. It's fucking
Eu
hard.
sou
Life is
desse,
hard.
mano.
Life is fucking hard, especially if you're like 18, 19. You wake up, you play League all day, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're doing the same thing you've done your whole career, which is just play the game, and things worked out for you. These people need to get sat down, and they need to be told exactly what I just said. If you want to win, you have to do better. How to do better is what you, as an organization, as a team, as a coach, like, this is your responsibility to teach the guy how to live his life better. That's it. Like, how do you realize that what you're doing is not for you, or if you want to make it for you, you gotta do better. Like, what you're giving is not enough for the goals that you set. You know, if you want to make, I give this example. I wanted to go pro in League of Legends. You know, if I didn't go pro, you know what I would do? I'd be a
No.
bartender. I'd be a bartender. I would.
With me.
Sure, why not? Like I would make drinks. I don't even drink alcohol. I hate alcohol, but I would be a bartender. Why would I be a bartender? Is because it's
Me
something I
too.
stumbled on. I was like, fuck it, why not? Like I will try to be the best bartender in my town because I think it's fun. I like the idea. It just popped in my head. I looked at everything I could study and I thought, nope, nope, I don't care. This is not interesting to me. And at that point in my life, I would have been satisfied being a bartender, and just an ordinary bartender with nothing special, and I would live my life happily.
But how do you go from wanting to be like a normal bartender to like wanting to be the best in the world in League of Legends, you know?
But I wanted to be the best bartender in the world too.
That's
I just
true.
decided I wanted to pick something that I knew I could be the best in the world at. And I asked myself, am I going to be the smartest person at math? And I realized, fuck no, that's not happening. History, nope. All these subjects, biology, would I be the best doctor? No, I don't think so. But when I thought of bartending and I thought of League of Legends, I thought, yeah, I could do this. So that's what I do, and that's why I take it very seriously. I've always taken it very seriously because that was my goal from the very start. Is my expectation was that I wanted to be the best.
Do you
Nothing else
only-
would satisfy me.
Do you only want to play with players who want to be the best in the world?
No, I don't mind if you don't want to be the best in the world, but I want you to win at least. If you don't want to be the best in the world, I will not push you to be the best in the world. But when I sit you down and I look at you and I ask you, what do you want? And you tell me I want to be the best, I want to go to Worlds and I want to win, I will push you. I will make you be that player because
A nota dele é infinito do Bipão.
if I think you can be. Sometimes you can be. Sometimes you just don't have it, and I'll tell you, like, hey man, like I think you should like measure your expectations, and you should focus on what you can do, not what you cannot do. Because this is the thing: so many people are so focused on what they want to do.
Mano,
Did
eu
I
acho
forget?
que, tipo, é isso, né? Eu acho que mano, tipo assim, a conclusão é, eu acho que é um problema. O problema não é gameplay, eu acho que é mentalidade, mano. Bota fé. É mentalidade, mano. Mas será que não é cultural, mano? É cultural, querendo ou não, não? Tipo assim, tem que fazer muito,
Get
velho.
it, like, you
Mas,
need-
sei lá, as organizações poderiam cobrar mais, né, mano? As staffs poderiam ser mais profissionais, mano, e cobrar dos players, não deixar os players ser tão safados e flipar, mano. Tá ligado?
You need to be honest
Sei,
about
mano.
what you can do. Sometimes there's just some things you cannot do. It's just not for you. If I was born at 1 meter and 50, like 1 meter 50, should I really be trying to go pro in basketball?
I won't.
Cara, então, é isso. Sten, você falou tudo, mano. O Stardust cobrou isso do Hobbs, isso dele ficar flipando, e ele foi quicado. E foi o que a gente tava falando com o Bob. Que o Bob ficou louco, tá ligado? Só que, infelizmente, no Brasil, é assim, mano. Tipo assim, se tu tem um jogador que ele é acima da média, que nem um robô é, não tem como negar, mesmo trollando, ele é acima da média. E ele trola, e tem um coach que cobra ele pra ele não ficar flipando, A organização não vai quicar o Hobbs e ficar com o Stardust. Tá ligado? Não vai, mano. Infelizmente, tio.
F tu culi.
Tá de sacanagem, porra. Tá de sacanagem, porra.
Bwipo, thank you very much, man. We won't be taking any more of your time. Thank you very much, okay?
Então, esse é o
Thank you so
problema.
much. Take care.
Valeu, Bipão. Tu é foda, mano.
Tipo assim, as orgs ficam refém dos players que são acima da média, mano. É isso.
Valeu, mano.
Thank you so much. Take
Beijão
care.
pra tu. Fica com Deus, tá?
Fica com Deus. Obrigado demais.
Valeu, valeu.
Tchau,
Não,
tchau.
eu te
Boa
amava.
sorte.
Eu te
break a
amava
leg
muito.
in the next games, okay?
Thank you so much. I'll see you
Stomp
there.
everyone. Bye bye, man.
Bye bye.
Tchau.
Esse finalzinho
Bye, bye.
falando da
Bye, bye,
altura
Bipão.
e, tipo,